Hello everyone and welcome to a new virtual pet video. In this video I'm just providing another update for my virtual pets, but also to talk about the recent news that there will be a global English Digimon card game release, so that's exciting. So first of all, I have the adult Yatachi now, which is cool. I had to give her a lot of funny points, and yeah, I'm pretty much a big fan of her. Anyway, so I'll play a game and I'll just talk about this new news that we just got last night. So basically, the news is that there's an official English release of the card game. So that's the Digimon card game that I've spoken about before, which kind of explains why Japan You Want was suddenly unable to continue shipping out. Oh, I messed up. Continue shipping out the Digimon card game 2020 booster packs and accessories. I'm not sure if we're getting it in Australia, considering there are still card stores in Australia which are selling the booster boxes and the accessories and everything else for the card game. But it is a good sign that at least it's coming out in English, and it'll just mean it's a lot more accessible for English-speaking fans, and a general wider release is always good news. So that's good that we actually got some sort of confirmation and sort of a bit of an explanation about why Japan You Want was suddenly forbidden from selling the Digimon card game. So that's a bit of exciting news. I'm apparently terrible at the games on the version 4.5 this morning, but not that it matters. I've got an adult now, which is fairly cool. I went through the shop yesterday and did all the passwords that you input when you press A enough times to shock him, and then you put in the passwords with these keys, and then you get some interesting items. And so I have those items, so that's pretty cool. I've got the CD, the honey, which I think might be a love potion, or I can't exactly remember what it does. The clone, and the cell phone, where you can call other characters such as your parents or grandparents or the Gotchi King by going into that, and then I cancelled out of it and putting in another password, but I don't know any of these passwords off by heart, obviously. But yeah, so that's fairly good news in terms of getting a wider release for the Digimon card game, and pretty big fan of it. Of course, I'm hoping that we get a release in Australia, because that'll be exciting, and also it means that I will be able to play with people in person without having to give them translated cards or without translating the cards for them. So that's exciting. But yeah, so I've got my 4.5 to adult. I still have the version 1, which is I'm just glad I got something interesting on the 4.5 and not just a little. Is it Gozurachi or is that the other ninja? Oh no, this one's Maskachi, isn't it? But I'm pretty keen on that, on not getting Maskachi again. I'll probably retire the Connection version 1 as soon as I do my review on it. Spoilers, not a big fan of the version 1, but I'm a big fan of the rest of the Connection series. What else am I running? So this morning I had some evolutions. I had Togemon evolve to Lilymon, so just going to hang out with her until she becomes Rosemon. I think Rosemon is a Jogress from memory, so I will be Jogressing her once I'm done hanging out with my Lilymon. We also had an evolution from Palmon. We had Leomon. I thought I was aiming for Monochromon, but maybe I didn't get enough training or I misread something, but Leomon is fine too. Except, the whole Leomon curse business. We'll go look at the version 3 last, because that's a really interesting one that just happened to that. Still have Shellnumamon. I got a care mistake this morning, but I asked around, and apparently the DMOGs evolving to perfect doesn't rely on not making care mistakes, rather. So that's fine, but I'm also just going to play it safe and stick to one care mistake. But yeah, Shellnumamon's pretty happy. I got in some battles yesterday, so I'm not going to battle him at all, because that will risk him dying. Next we have Lalamon and Impildramon Paladin mode. Nothing too exciting there. And then, of course, we have Pyldramon, who has a lot of battles in. It's just a matter of not getting care mistakes so I can get to Mega. But I'm pretty bad at the pendulum progress, as I've mentioned before. So just going to look really good care of him. I made a care mistake this morning, though. And then lastly, now this is a very weird one, and it's something that I only just remembered happened actually 5 years ago when I first started raising the version 3. You'll notice that for one thing, it is still Kunemon. It was 4 years old today, and when I say was, it's because it started beeping at me this morning, which was weird because it was not needing any, I had just fed it, so I looked at it, and suddenly Kunemon was asleep, and the time had gone forward about 4 hours or so. So it was about 4 p.m. I think, but the weird thing was that Kunemon was asleep. And also Kunemon had done 4 poos, which was very sudden. The DMOGs don't tend to do 4 poos all at once. They tend to do 1 poo, and that sort of stacks. And then I went to the stat screen. And the weight has gone to 97 grams because it actually went to 0 grams, and then I trained it and it went down from 0 to 99, which was weird, but it was 0. But the most interesting thing is the age. So that's 99 days or years old. So that's obviously incorrect. So I remember this actually happening, as I said, when I ran the version 3 for the first time, but what happened was, and that time it was a 4-year-old Patamon, and it suddenly became a Kunemon. And if I go to my original post, what I say is, and this is from August 15th, 2015, so this morning I woke up to my Pyomon, which had become Leomon, yay, and my Patamon was yet to evolve. I went off to get something to eat and came back to Patamon being hungry, so I fed him some meat. The screen froze just after he finished the meat, and I was about to feed him more. The screen froze, and it seemed like the battle icon was selected even though I was just in the food selection menu. The arrow was on the first option. I don't want to reset, so I waited about 15 seconds. The screen went black, and it was Kunemon. I went to check his stats. Age was 99, weight was 0. Hearts were all full, victories 32%, and it was more like 60% before. And the time is now set to 4:10 a.m, and he doesn't appear to want to go to sleep. It was around 8:30 a.m. when all happened. I went to check the other options like training and battle, and his weight went to 99 grams. I should have taken a photo when it was 0 grams, but I think 99 years is still an interesting photo. Is this normal? Also, reading through this again to proofread sounds like the start of a creepypasta. Edit. My analyzer and D terminal now refuses to connect with it. A battle starts on my Digimon, but both my analyzer and D terminal show the error message. My V4 still connects to it. So that's kind of weird. I kind of want to connect it to the DCOM to see what happens. So I think I might do that after doing this video to see if it's got the same code as I would expect. The interesting thing that's different from the post that I made on the With the Will forums 5 years ago and now is that the victories percentage didn't seem to change. I remember it being about 64% yesterday, and it's still 64%. So that victory percentage didn't change. Also, this time it actually was a Kunemon, not a Patamon. So it didn't change to a different Digimon. So I'm not sure what caused that glitch. I asked around in the DDC, and basically everyone said, oh, it sounds like a tabbing glitch. But I didn't actually tab it at all. Obviously I was just sort of sitting there, and I just happened to be near it because I was about to record my update video, and then all of a sudden this happened. So if only I had recorded just a little bit earlier, and I would have had it on a recording, which is fun. I do have pictures of this time it being at 99 years old and 0 grams at least. So that's that, but it's pretty weird. I put the time back to the correct time, and last time it appears that I gave it a bit of a clean on the inside. I don't think I took it apart completely because I didn't do that back then, but I definitely took it apart and cleaned the batteries for memory. So Yeah, though, remember when I started this up, I actually had to put a cardboard bit there, so that may have caused it, but the first time when I rose the version 3, I didn't put that card there. So it seems like it just may be needing a bit of a clean of the battery contacts again. In my original thread, I did raise it again after I got the old Man Kunemon glitch, and I was able to get Patamon to evolve to Unimon instead of having this glitch go through again. So yeah, that's a bit of a weird one there. Not sure why it happened, but this time I think I might hang out with my old man Kunemon for at least a couple of days just to see if Kunemon can evolve, if 99 will tick back to 0, or because, and the reason I suspect that it may tick back to 0 is that the when it goes to 0 grams ticks back to 99 grams. So I should probably see if it goes past 99. No, it doesn't go past 99 for weight, so which is to be expected, really. So I would be interested to see if age is different. So I'll give that a go and leave it hanging out for a while, and obviously I'll update whatever else happens, and I'll connect it up to the decom just to see what happens. And I might also ask around to see if anybody has encountered this before. I'd really like to not have to buy a new version 3 if this is an ongoing problem. But yeah, that's just a bit of a weird one that I felt like updating you about. But yeah, so very weird. I don't know what caused it. I might try to train it back down to as low as it will go. I want to see if it can go back down to 0 grams, or if it goes down to the normal minimum. So that's yeah, it is weird. I hope it's not broken. Its battery contacts sound like they may be a bit funny. And back in the original thread, which I'll link in the description, we had Kovokashi, which is actually Sam, which is a friend of mine now. I'm not sure if we had ever spoken at the point of him replying to this, but they said that I think we can safely say that it's definitely not normal for that to happen. It sounds like maybe the battery was a bit weak or the connectors may be a bit grubby. My advice would be to get some rubbing alcohol, cotton wool, and give the connectors a clean. Grab a can of compressed air and give the circuit board a bit of a clean with that. Obviously be gentle so you don't damage anything. And if you didn't use a new battery before, get a new one and put it in, as I've noticed that the older VPETs tend to be a little bit finicky with weaker batteries, at least compared to newer VPETs. So that's what they said, 5 years ago. But yeah, so not sure what's going to happen. We'll hang out with old man Kunemon for a while. And of course, shout out to Duke, who also replied to this 5 years ago with a very cute edit of Kunemon with old man glasses, old man eyebrows, and an old man beard. So yeah, I have an old man Kunemon glitch again. So that's basically what I'm running at the moment. Kind of bummed because I was excited. I was quite excited to get Digimon, but yeah, we'll see what happens after that. It'll be interesting to see whether or not it evolves, what it evolves to, if it reset any of my progress, and the reason for that being obviously. It appears that last time this happened, it was Patamon evolving to Kunemon, so it may be like a different Kunemon. It may have not remembered what care mistakes I'd made, what overfeeding I'd made. So if I just keep on training it, I'll see if it does evolve, what it evolves into. But yeah, that's basically my update for this video. So good news about the card game getting the global release. I'm very excited for that. Obviously, I'll collect both the Japanese and the English cards. I would expect that we could they can be, you can use both in a deck, like Magic the Gathering, as I would assume that the backings of the cards wouldn't be too different. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if they are different, just because why else would they not let us buy Japanese cards if it wasn't possible to have both in the same deck? Of course, it doesn't matter if you have sleeves, and if you're playing with friends, you can kind of just use house rules. But yeah, so fun update about the card game, weird update about my Kunemon, who is Old Man Kunemon. Yeah, I'll keep him around probably for until Monday, and then I'll reset him on Monday if he's still Kunemon. So, or maybe I should wait longer than that. Maybe I should wait 4 days. Maybe I'll just keep him around for 4 days and just hang out with him. Or maybe I'll just keep him for a week and see what happens. I don't know. Depends how bored of Kunemon I get. I'm not even sure. Will the hearts even drop? I don't know. It's very weird. Maybe I'll just keep him around as soon as I can, as long as I can, and take great care of him, train him down to the normal weight, and maybe he's my Digimon partner. After all, with Humulos's little partner generator, I did get Kunemon, so maybe this is the start of my Digimon adventure. Who knows? Anyway, so thanks for watching. A bit of a long one, but hopefully a bit of an interesting video nonetheless. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!